Hello! This is James. We're going to be opening some packs from the Visions of Ice MiniBox, but first, let's go over the 3-star Duel quiz for the Visions of Ice, only because that one took me a minute because the spellbook cards are new, and see, I didn't complete it yet, but I did peek. I did work it out beforehand, but it's a good primer on spellbooks. Unlike all of the other duel quizzes that use like very exotic cards, very specific setups, I feel like this is an average representation of the spellbook play. Alright, so spellbook Magician of Prophecy, the blue boy. When he's normal summoned, grab a spellbook, and we have Spellbook of Power in our hand, and we're going to keep that in our hand. So the tour guide has 1500 life, and this big monster, which we could turn to defense position and kill, but we only get one attack. So we're going to banish with the Spellbook of Fate. But okay, so first, what are we going to do? All right, yeah, we're going to grab Secrets, and then Secrets is a spellbook search. So we're going to activate Secrets, and that's going to let us grab, not Fate, but Master, and Master is the spellbook that copies, and then so since we kept Power in our hand, we can activate Master. We reveal our spellbook of Power, and that's going to let us grab, well no, it's going to let us copy Secrets, and then with that effect, we get to grab our last spell, Spellbook of Fate. Now, for Spellbook of Fate's third effect, banish one card your opponent controls, that's what we want. We're going to put our Spellbook of Power in the grave. Don't be deceived by this destroy, then you get to draw a spell card, because again, you only get one attack. So we're going to pump up a blue Magician, and we're not going to chain because we need 3 in the grave. And now that we have 3 in the grave, we're going to activate Fate, and get the third effect. And we're going to 1, 2, 3, and we get to banish that, and then we get to direct attack for game. I actually don't think that I like spellbooks all that much, because they're about optimally playing your own deck, rather than fighting against your opponent, which is the highest form of Duel Links. It's kind of like the Dakini deck, in that, like I said, you have to optimize your own field rather than accounting for what you think your opponent has, which is the exciting part. Now, even though I have 9,000 gems, they're all grinded out, it's all free to play, we're not going to be doing a 9,000 gem box opening. That would be ridiculous. Okay, I know you can't see all of this, but so what are we interested in? We're interested in White Knight Dragon for a dragon deck. Obviously, we love the princesses. No, not you. Yes, if we want to play spell books, we need Magician of Prophecy. This is an equip spell. I don't like equip spells. Spellbook of Life. This is another equip spell. Wait, what does this even do? Reveal one other spellbook in your hand. Target one spellcaster type monster in your graveyard. Special summon. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's kind of interesting, but maybe only one. I don't think I'll reset for it. Spellbook of Secrets. Just used it. It's the search card. I don't want to commit to spellbooks. I'm not. This is crazy. So my favorite monster, right? My favorite monster to actually use in the heat of battle, BLS Sacred Soldier. You can tribute burial out your BLS, and then dump whatever you banished from your graveyard. You can then dump it back into the graveyard for BLS's tribute effect, a banish effect. So with one tribute burial, you can get out your big monster, and you can remove for free non-targeting, well no, it is targeting, non-destruction removal one of your opponent's monsters. So that's pretty good. I might be biased, but I kind of really want to reset for that. And then Treacherous Trap Hole, I think 1 at the most. I think this is a tech card for like your Gravekeeper's decks that have a bunch of spells. Let us open our first 10 packs. Yes. Spellbook of the Master. What is that? Oh yeah, that's the copy card. Chain Dispel. I like that card. Ice Queen. I don't think the ice counters are a great mechanic. Maybe we should have just gone 1 by 1. Alright, well we'll see. I don't like to reset too early, because then Alright, so Heliosphere, Spellbook of the Master, that's the copy card, and a super rare Spellbook of Life. Banish a Spellcaster, reveal, target a Spellcaster in your grave, special summon in attack position equipped with this card. Okay, so it lets you get out a Spellcaster from your grave. That's neat, but I'm not going to reset for it. And I'm not sad that it was included in the 10. Fool of Prophecy. Once per turn you can send 1 spellbook. Blah blah blah. Alright, 5 spellbooks. Contact with Gusto. Alright, this is gonna be good for like a Gusto Psychokinesis deck. Target 2 Gusto monsters in your graveyard and one card your opponent controls. Shuffle both into the deck and then destroy the opponent's target. I'm not gonna read all of them. But this is just more destruction for a Psychic's Psychokinesis deck. And Justice of Prophecy. More spellbooks nonsense. Add a light level 5 or dark level 5 spellcaster. And Chain Dispel. Cam. Gusto Thunderbolt. Search card. Ooh, yellow aura. Chain Dispel. Master of the Flaming Dragon Swords. Yeah, this should be a normal. And Mage Power. I did not want that. But that's good, we get it out of the way. Tricky Spell number 4. Gusto Kodor. Destroys a monster by battle. Never rely on monsters that have to destroy other monsters by battle. The opponent knows that, they see it, and they will definitely spend an enemy controller in order to stop you. Really long spellbook card. Strength of Prophecy. Shuffle 1 spellbook card from your graveyard into your deck. Target 1 face-up spellcaster type monster on the field. Increases level by 1 and its attack by 5 hundo. That's not amazing. Spellbook Library of the Crescent. If you have no spellbook cards in your graveyard, reveal 3 with different names from the deck. Adds 1 to the hand. Blah blah blah. Okay, that could be good. That's like a mid-game spellbook card. Once you have the ones that you want, and your board is strong, and then no matter what your opponent picks of the 3, then you can use it. All right, so this is a search card, like spellbook of, I want to say Fate, whatever, one of the super rares, but it's a normal because the spellbooks have to be banished to add them to your hand. Tricky Spell number 4, and Ice Queen. Special summon. Yeah, what I said. Yeah, this is too hard to use. Cam, Serenity of Gusto. Shuffle 2 Gusto monsters from your graveyard in the main deck. Draw 1 card. Huh. I was gonna say farming decks, but you have to increase your deck size. Library of the Heliosphere, 5 or more, NA excavated spellbooks to your hand. Shuffle other cards in your deck. And you cannot activate any spell. You cannot activate any spell cards the turn you activate this card, except spellbook. Okay, never mind. Alright, Ice Master. Attributing 2 water monsters once per turn. You can target 1 face-up monster on the field. Place an ice counter. Tribute this card. Destroy all monsters with ice counters. Aliens are a better counter deck. A better counter, little counters deck. But we have yet to see the power of Ice Master. Maybe, are there cards? I think these are our only ice counter cards. But I might be wrong. If there's, the ice counters have potential, if there's an ice counter, there's some more some more cards that spread ice counters around that I'm not presently remembering. Master of the Flaming Dragon Sword, yeah, some basic beat stick stuff. Windar. Destroys a monster by battle, sends it to the graveyard. You can target one level 3 or lower Gusto monster in your graveyard, special summon at target, yeah, level 3 or lower. Not interesting. Spellbook of Power, we just saw you. Target one spellcaster type, 1000 attack, has to be destroyed by battle, so don't count that one. But if it does destroy by battle, you can search a spell card. But that's, oh my, that's so hard to get. That's why it's a rare. Alright, what do we get? We got Mage Power, and we got Spellbook of Life. That's not a great start. Oh my god, we got like tons of doubles too. Like we got 3 Chain Dispels, and we got 2 of this, and... Ugh. Oh, I thought doing like pack opening the day of, because, you know, Konami, when people go take all these cards in the PvP, they are able to figure out which cards people want, because those are the cards that are constantly being played, but I think that they already know. Oh my god. We have like 3 of these Heliospheres, which I said were junk. Okay, 3 Chain Dispel, I like that, but I only need 1 or 2. Okay. Next 10. Next set of 10. We'll get down to 40 and then I'll see how I feel. Visions of Ice. Wheel of Prophecy. When this special summon by the effect of a spellcaster, target banished spell cards, spellbooks. Shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, return your other banished spellbook spell cards to your graveyard. You can only use the effect of the Wheel of Prophecy once per turn. Strength of Prophecy, Reaper of Prophecy. Okay, so this and I think it's like Doom of Prophecy or Death of Prophecy. Oh wow, that's so tiny I can't even read that. Oh, ultra rare aura, but it's going to be a super rare. Is it the dragon or the tricky? All right, so Fool of Prophecy, 5 or more spell cards, a Junk Gusto, and Blizzy Princey. Hello, Blizzy Princey. You can tribute summon this card in face-up attack position by tributing 1 spellcaster type, and it's a anti-magic arrows. After this card is normal summoned, opponent cannot activate spell trap cards for the rest of that turn. Now, is it anti-magic arrows? Like, can they chain to Blizzard Princess? Or is it like, is it like anti-magic arrows where they can't chain to Blizzy Princey? Or is it like Hey Trunade where they can chain? I think it's they can't chain. Anyway, glad to have you in the harem. But I did kind of want a dragon. Cold Enchanter, discard a card, place an ice counter. That's horrible. I don't want to see you anymore. Reese, yes. Another, so it's Psychics. This is going to be for the Psychics. Contact with Gusto, Psychokinesis deck. Return a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Target 1 monster your opponent controls, 1 face-up monster you control. Switch control of both monsters. I love stealing. I want at least 2 of you. Ultra rare aura. Spellbook Library Heliosphere. Flaming Dragon Sword. Spellbook of Secrets. This is not good enough to reset for, but it is nice to have. Search a spellbook. Triple Karibos. I miss the days when triple Karibos meant something. Alright, another Fool. Contact with Gusto. Okay, so I have at least 2 of these, and it's glossy. Soldier Dragons. I like this guy. I don't know how I'm going to use him, but I'm definitely going to use him, or them. Once returned, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, love quick effects, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower dragon-type monster from your deck. Kid Moto Dragon is not included, but maybe we can do something with tributing. Like, so obviously it can get more Soldier Dragons. You can get another one, and maybe a Troop Dragon. All right, well, let's look up level 2 dragons later. Get out of here. You too. Okay, this is the good one. This is the good one. This is the good Gusto. Sent from hand in the graveyard. You can special summon a Gusto. So we can use the essential Hallowed Life Barrier combo. Okay, good. Contact with Gusto. Heliosphere. Treacherous Trap Hole. Okay. If I do a reset, I definitely don't want to see more of this. But it's good for trap light, spell heavy decks. And it's a free, it costs you 1 card and it costs your opponent 2 monsters. I'm also doing this opening with a view to what's going to mess up my precious, beautiful Amazonas deck. That's going to soon be very powerful with the addition of Princess, and that is one of those cards. Musto, Oracle of Gusto. Target Gusto. 1 face someone. Shuffle the first target into the deck, and if you do, negate the second target's effect until the end phase. What is that for? It's not even a quick effect. You have to activate it on your turn. A monster that has a continuous effect. Or a quick effect that can... Alright, whatever. Trick Spell 4, Gusto Griffin, great. And Wheel of Prophecy, Creeping Doom Manta. I looked it up. This card is horrible, but the design is really dope. There should be a metal band called Creeping Doom Manta. And a lost magic card that just wandered into Yu-Gi-Oh! Prophecy Destroyer. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 3 spellbook spells. Note that the blue kid is also a spellbook. Special summon him from your graveyard. And then he's just a big beater. I don't know how much I like that. Okay. The copy card. Alright, this hard to use card. And some elves that are less sexy than they might otherwise be. Alright, come on, we need that ultra rare. What did we get? We didn't... Alright, we didn't get this. We need this to play spellbooks. We don't care about that. We got all of the other super rares. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have basically all the important cards remaining are the ones that I care about. But we're only 20 packs in, so that's not so bad. It's actually pretty good. I just wish one of those super rares had been Tribute Burial instead of that Equip Spellbook. Hello! What is this Egyptian text? Spellbook of Eternity. Cheap version of Spellbook of Fate. I think it's Fate. I need to know the spellbooks like on site. Alright, another Contact Gusto, another Soldier Dragon. That's not worth Egyptian text. Alright, Junk. I already have. And okay, so this is the reason that you play spellbooks. If you control a spellcaster type monster, so he's using this magic. He's conjuring the magic from the spellbooks in the grave, and then you can banish 1, 2, or 3. If you banish 1, return a set spell or trap on the field to the hand. I think even if your opponent activates that, it still gets returned to the hand, so that messes up Amazonas's. 2, change 1 monster on the field to face down defense or face up attack. That's sort of... Actually, that's good, because I like that for the same reason I like Canadia, so that's useful. But the main benefit is banishing 3 and banish a card that your opponent controls. That is strong juju. Okay, confusing, not useful, and also not useful. Heliosphere, hard to use. Windar. All these fantasy names. When this card destroys a monster by... Yeah, destroys a monster by battle, just stop right there. Second Spellbook of Fate. That's awesome. And I didn't check, but this new thing where Konami is adding 6 of the rares. So they did that in the Valiant Souls mini-box. Instead of like 10 of each normal and 5 of each rare, we get 6 of each rare and 9 or 8 of each normal, and that is to be applauded. Also, all of these free gems, like all of these gems, I swear, is just been given to me by doing the events and grinding out stuff in King of Games and all of that. Alright, I have a bunch of that. Alright, third Spellbook of Fate. We can now play spellbooks legitimately. Cam, shuffle 2 Gustos to the graveyard, draw a card. Master the flame. Alright, wait, let's actually read this. When monsters normal summoned to the field except Master the Flaming Dragon Swords. Why can't he combo with himself? They can be flame bros. They can be flaming bros. You can increase that monster's level by 1, and this card gains 300 attack until the end phase. This is like a synchro thing. All of this increasing levels is a synchro thing. And another Reese. I think that's my second one. Creep Junk. Negate the second target's effects. What are you negating? Oh, wait. Let's look at negate the second target's effects. Does the big dragon, does that block monster effects? Let's take, alright, and the fourth Spellbook of Fate. Okay. Check the dragon. Library of the Crescent. Oh yeah, this is the one you pick 3 and your opponent adds 1 to your hand. Musto, Dragon Swords, Ice Master. Alright, I keep saying I don't. Alright, that was not very good. Okay. Either player's turn with a spell trap that activates. Okay, so that's alright. That's what Musto's for. Because the dragon does not block monster effects. So you put Gusto's effect on him, and then you can like add whatever econ take the dragon or something like that. Or you can just use Super Rush on it. Also good. Yeah. Alright, another 10. And then when it gets down to like the cards that I want, then we start going one by one. Rune! Screen Explosion. Whatever it is, it's glossy. It could be a Tricky, it could be a Dragon, it could be a Blue Boy. It's not Tribute Burial though, I'm sad about that. Alright, Cheap Fate. Ooh. Ah. And it's glossy. Having good luck with the dragons, because they also got a, oh, well, let's read. It's Full Glory. During either player's turn, when a spell trap card that targets this card is activated, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. When another face-up monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can send 1 spell trap card you control to the graveyard, change the attack target to this card. This is a good boss monster that's just going to sit there and babysit your weaker monsters. Creepy Tricky. Justice of Prophecy. Text is so tiny I can barely read it. Another one of him. The Wayward Magic card. Magic the Gathering card. Musto, the Cure for the White Knight Dragon. White Knight Dragon. And another Strength of Prophecy, and another Prophecy Destroyer. Full of Prophecy, Strength of Prophecy, Reaper of Prophecy. Where's my Tribute Burial? Tricky spell number 4, Queen. Alright, I don't want to see you anymore. Wheel of Prophecy. Special summon by the effect of spellcaster type monster like Prophecy Justice. The old Justice Woman. Target any number of banished spellbook spell cards and shuffle them into the deck. Alright, so let's talk about why this is like a rare, because it seems really good. Why is it a normal? Why is Konami just like giving this card away for free? Because so the strongest cards can be used whenever. Right? At any time the card is effective, but this card is only useful if you get to the mid-game. Like, it doesn't help you out. And the reason I say that is its effect is you can target any number of banished spellbook spell cards and shuffle them into the deck. So unless you have and it's not whenever, it's not the effect doesn't take place whenever you want. It's when the card is special summoned. So when you special summon this in your mid game and you have banished spellbooks, and then you can shuffle them into the deck. So I don't know enough about spellbooks to say whether or not that's good for spellbooks. I assume it's good, but the fact that there is a restriction on its effect activation, the fact that it is not an Actus Purus, the fact that it requires an a priori status, I think I'm using that correctly, that's why this is a normal. Charioteer Prophecy. Once per turn, you can discard a spellbook spell card to target one spellcaster type monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. I don't like that. Fool of Prophecy. Right, so this is like supposed to be good, but to the graveyard during the end phase, this is activated. This effect, you contribute this card to special summon level 5 or higher spellcaster type monster in your deck. You must have 5 or more spellbooks, spell cards with different names in your graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. I guess that's good. Yeah, because like this is like, because you're using your spellbooks, you're getting them into the graveyard. For the Wheel of Prophecy, you then need to take the extra step of banishing them, but this just needs them in the graveyard, which is a natural byproduct of using your spellbook deck. And you get a free Dark Magician, Contact with Gusto, and Prophecy is right, that's like the 4th one. Cold Enchanter, Windar, Spellbook of Power. Just stop at when it destroys a monster by battle, just stop there. It always gets stopped. Creeping Doom Manta, Chain Dispel, and so Griffin is the better search of the Gusto searchers. This one is less good. It's at the end of the battle phase, this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard this turn. So if a card, the worst is it has to destroy stuff by battle because the opponent reads the card and always blocks it. And then second worst is the card itself has to be destroyed by battle because Sylvans. Once Sylvans kind of ebb out of the meta and people stop bringing tribute to the doomed or whatever other stuff that banishes, and they stop being paranoid about face downs, then destroyed by battle will come back. You can banish, but our beautiful Amazonesses don't send it to the graveyard, they banish. You can banish one Gusto monster from your graveyard, easy. Special summon Reese. Yeah, but it has to be destroyed by battle. Never forget that. I think I have every single tricky spell for by now. And we still don't have Tribute Burial. Alright, we're not going to reset for the dragon. Because, wait, how many stars does he have? Yeah, he has 8. Oh, I don't even have to count, it's right there. 8 stars, and he can be searched in the dragon deck, I think, right? Paladin of the Dragon, because the combo is you get Ruins of the Divine, you have Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords, and then you normal summon your Paladin. Paladin searches a dragon and then equips it, and then you activate Ruins. You send the equipped monster to the graveyard. You special summon a dragon token, and then you can activate Paladin of the Felgrand, whatever, the card that you get 3 of, the dragon equipping card that you get 3 of from the structure deck. So you search the dragon, send it to the graveyard with the effect of Ruins because it's a face-up spell, and then then you tribute Paladin and the token by the effect of Paladin, and then you special summon that dragon from the graveyard. So I am happy with only one White Knight Dragon, and I'm still going to keep digging for Tribute Burial. Because I really want BLS to be good again. Love that monster. Creeping Doom Manta, Cam, Soldier Dragons. Cam, Gemini Elf. 1900 Spellcaster. Alright, what's Gusto? Crescent, pick 3 spell card. Windar, Sage of Gusto. Destroys monster out of battle. Just stop. Musto, just negating the White Knight Dragon. Gotta get into the mentality. Gusto, Thunderbolt. Thunbolt, actually I like that name. Searches Reese, but with more restrictive effects than Griffin. Cold Enchanter. Terrible. Wheel of Prophecy, mid-game. Normal. I think I have every Ice Master now. Strength of Prophecy, Wheel of Prophecy. Reese. I like the halter top. Windar. 5 or more spellbook spell cards in your graveyard. Activate the top 2. And shuffle the other cards in your deck. You can only activate 1 per turn. Alright, so this is for... So if Fool is good, then this is useful. But it's less powerful than the Fool, because the Fool definitely gets you your special summon. But this, you know, it's potentially... It's only good if you have a bunch of spellbooks and you're likely to hit both of them. If you're likely to get 2 spellbooks out of it. Griffin. Master... Okay, yeah. Ooh! Ah! Woo! Okay, now we really need to think hard about that reset. Alright, Tricky! You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding 1 card. I'm not crazy about it, but I do like it. Contact Gusto, Prophecy, alright. Shiny. And Eyes! Oh, it's a spell. Wait! Tribute Burial is a spell. Huh? Yes. Okay, that's Tribute Burial. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. Once during this turn, you can conduct a tribute summon that requires 2 tributes by banishing 1 monster from each graveyard instead of tributing. It is still treated as a tribute summon. So it's still vulnerable to the Ishizu trap card. The one with the guy, he's holding the orb. It's like that card. It's not tribute to the doomed. We all know what that card is. That's hilarious, but is not practical in PvP. Okay, this pack opening has been wonderful. You guys are great luck. I'm gonna cut it here because I want to end on Tribute Burial. That's a very, very special card for making Blackbuster Soldier great again. Thank you for watching.